Okay, we're here with actress, model, single, no, I apologize, mother, and to an up-and-coming, a member of an up-and-coming band also. So this is very interesting person, and for the first time since I've known you for, over a year now?
Yeah.
We actually had a chance to get to know, actually talk and get to know each other a little better. And I find her story very fascinating, but that part of it will involve me talking into doing the fashion style section.
Okay.
But basically right now I want to interview you because, especially with what you told me over the course of lunch, about the more professional side. Mm-hmm. You're a model, you're an actress, and there's a lot of different aspects that I want to focus right off on. There's, something you told me about being a model, how people get into it and they really don't know what they're getting into.
That's right. What we were talking about was it's more than just being a pretty face. It's not only knowing how to pose in front of the camera, but how to make the product or the service the focus of the photo. It's not about you. It's ultimately about whatever you're selling. And then what happens a lot when people get started in this business, they think that people are doing your hair and makeup every day and providing you with beautiful wardrobe. And yes, that does happen occasionally, but unless you are over 5'10" and a size 0, you're going to be doing what's known as commercial modeling. And commercial modeling is the local subway, the gym, the hairdresser. Maybe it's a parts and service automotive place or your local car dealership. You're going to be wearing...
Or even a local art gallery.
Oh, absolutely. So you're going to be wearing your own clothes. You're going to need to bring a few to the set. You're probably going to do your own hair and makeup for these local gigs. And I think that takes a lot of the people who are just getting started, they're a little shot down when they hear that.
Basically, you can blame the media on that one, though, because it's like, everybody, especially with reality TV now, everybody always sees the end result.
Right.
Even that teen mom that's on one of those networks where it's like, oh wow, girl gets pregnant, she's a teen, and all of a sudden it's like you see all these girls getting pregnant, and they think, oh, we're going to be on a TV show. Hold it, hit the brakes here.
Right.
So it's, you can pretty much, the media and all these reality shows to a point can be blamed to it. Am I right or am I wrong on that?
No, I agree. Now I direct a lot of people to America's Next Top Model so that they can really see what's expected on it. Even though that's a different caliber, those girls are normally over 5'10", they're normally size 0s, and they're doing more high fashion modeling. But you are seeing the reality of having to put together a book, how people scrutinize what you'll look at it and say, that's a beautiful photograph, and then someone saying, well, her neck isn't right, her head isn't turned right, there's a hair out of place here, and what you originally thought was a beautiful photograph, now someone is completely torn apart, and then having to take that book and go on auditions. The reality of those auditions, when you watch shows like America's Next Top Model, there's 12 gorgeous girls there, but only one is going to get the shot. And that's the way it is with every audition. Every audition you're going to go on, there's going to be 10 other beautiful, talented girls there, and only one is going to get the part. And that's a reality, again, that you have to face every day, that just because you're a pretty girl and you signed up to be a model doesn't mean that you book every job. Okay.
Now, how did you get started in all this? Without giving, I'm a gentleman. I don't ask a lady's age, even though you volunteered yours. I don't know anything. Okay.
Well, let's
how did you get started in this?
I was 29 years old. I was a stay-at-home mother of 2 children. I was at the hairdresser when a woman came up to me and said, "Have you ever considered modeling?" And I laughed at her, but I took her card, and I went and visited the agency which she represented, which is now called Look Models, here on Broad Street in Bethlehem. And even though I didn't have photographs done, they did send me on an audition, which is rare. Normally you need to have photographs. And I booked that audition. So what I did with the money that I earned from the job is that I had photos done and slowly grew my business from there. And that was 21 years ago.
Okay, now how did you get into the acting part?
The acting part was really funny. There was a local comedy show, The Sturdy Beggars, that was at...
I was at WAB. I worked at WAB as a board op during that. I remember those guys. I knew them.
Sturdy Beggars, you know, really fantastic. They were doing a sketch. Now, this will tell you how long ago this was. This was 94. And it was a O.J. Simpson sketch. And they needed someone to play Paula Barbieri. And at the time, I had very red hair. So my agent asked me if I'd be willing to do the job. And with no acting experience, you know, Joe and Jerry Long took a chance on me. And I started doing little things for them, got more and more comfortable in front of the camera. And then I took some acting classes and slowly started booking local commercials.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to cut this off right here for part one.
Okay.
I have a couple other questions. I want to keep this short because I know you're pressed for time, and, you know, because like when I can talk into fashion style, then we could go longer and, you know, into more depth. But
sounds good.
we'll kill this at part one, take a short break, and then get a quick part two in, and I'll get part one live today already.
Okay.